I had to care for my husband while I had COVID, and I was still very ill. And not having that family support as far as allowing them in the home to help you was very difficult. And what is more difficult is when you see your loved one failing. You're the caregiver, you're trying to make those decisions as far as, do I call 911, send my husband to the hospital, or do I take care of him at home? And I found the hardest thing for me was knowing in my heart that I should have called 911 for my husband, but I didn't because he asked me not to, that he wanted to stay home with me. He was afraid to leave me. He didn't want to leave me alone, and that maybe we wouldn't see each other again. We went through Mother's Day, Easter. We had front window visits. I think that's what kept me going, was those front window visits.
I didn't really want to leave June, to be quite honest. June had COVID herself. And if I really felt that if I left her, it would put even more stress on her. The fact that she wouldn't be able to visit me would be, terrible in her eyes. And I really had a great fear that I may not come out. Well, the isolation is terrible. I mean, we went through virtually 3 months that we were here by ourselves. And it was really only through the grace of God that we had our such good friends and family. As far as both of us being sick at the same time, really, I didn't care for June. June cared for me, to be really candid. I'm one of those whiny guys that can't look after himself very well. And it's really through June being my caregiver, that I was really able to get through it.
I was worried about how she was going to be able to, be taken care of in terms of being fed and just daily tasks. And then once he was diagnosed with COVID, it was, even more worry, because how are they both going to be able to take care of themselves and each other? And I wasn't physically able to be there with them. So, just seeing two people who are so strong in that state was really heartbreaking for me. And I felt like I really couldn't do anything about it. The time when they really needed me most, I wasn't really able to be there. So I tried to do, their grocery shopping and just dropping it off at the door. Phone calls, at the beginning, the first month or two was difficult, just because I remember my mom having this cough that seemed to linger for, months. And so it was hard for her to actually speak to me on the phone. She would cough every sentence or so it was really hard to talk on the phone. And then we would do window visits once they gained their strength back. So that helped, but it doesn't replace the physical interaction.